Good morning, everyone. Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino, and we've actually can talk about snow today. Okay, it's not accumulating, but still, it's snowing out. I'll discuss more in just a moment. Okay, so basically what we have in place this morning is a strengthening, powerful ocean storm that's becoming a coastal storm that is centered over the Gulf of Maine. And notice the position of this low. This low is to the northeast of the northern Atlantic, and that's driving cold air from eastern Canada down into the coastal plain, especially at the mid-levels. The result? Some of this rain is changing over and mixing with snow and sleet. There have been several reports in Connecticut, Long Island, and New York City. Now, none of this snow is going to stick or accumulate into anything significant. Sure, you could get some snow and sleet on top of your car before it melts away with the heavy rain and the fact that temperatures are going to be in the 40s today. But it is surprising because this storm is being influenced by tropical characteristics. And at the same time, it's drawing in a tremendous amount of polar air. So you can see the difference in the air masses clashing here and why this low pressure system is intensifying. So if you have any outdoor activities today, I'd probably cancel them if you haven't already, because it is going to be a cold, raw, wet, and at times snowy day throughout the northern Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look at the satellite picture. So we can clearly see on the water vapor satellite picture an intensifying upper level low developing to the east of Long Island. I mean, just look at this. We have dry air wrapping around the center of this low. Meanwhile, moist air from the Atlantic and from the remnants of Tomas is also wrapping around and into the center of this low, a true clash of air masses. And as a result, this low pressure center and the upper level low will continue to intensify and also put a real hammer down on the ridge that is developing over the southeast and Tennessee River Valley. That ridge is not getting anywhere close to the northern Mid-Atlantic for at least the next 3 to 4 days. So any ideas of a major warm-up, well, pretty much went out the window once this storm started to intensify. So what we can expect through the day today is windy conditions, especially if you're along the coast, but even if you're further away from the coast, like in Philadelphia or eastern Pennsylvania. Sure, you won't see much in the way of rain, but it'll certainly be windy, with winds anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour, especially by this afternoon. Meanwhile, along the coast, expect winds to continue to increase between 15 to 30 miles per hour. The good news is that the winds are coming in from the north and the northwest, which is driving water away from the coast, so coastal flooding is not a significant problem. A few minor exceptions would be over the north shores of Long Island, where some of the waters from Long Island Sound is driving into the shore. But other than that, you can see that this upper level low is not going to move very much. It's going to remain in place, and at least along the immediate coast, look for periods of rain mixed with snow and sleet at times as some of those colder pockets in the mid-levels works their way down towards the surface. And as a result, you get this mixing of snow and sleet. Again, no accumulation. The good news is that this upper level disturbance that's over the northern plains is going to eventually kick this storm out. So expect impacts from today, tomorrow, and into early Wednesday. High pressure takes control for Thursday and Friday, leading to better conditions, temperatures rebound to near normal levels. And then our strong cold front moves through this weekend with a return of much colder air for next weekend and into next week. We can see the sustained winds here are rapidly increasing. Along the immediate coast, they're anywhere between 12 to 20 miles per hour, and that's going to continue to increase through the day. Notice over the coastal waters, and this is why they put out the gale warnings, winds are sustained at 40 miles per hour and increasing. Wind gusts throughout the entire coast, and that's why there's a wind advisory out, will exceed 40 miles per hour at times. So if you're outside and it's 48 degrees, 47 degrees, and you get that wind, it's actually going to feel more like 35 degrees. So make sure you have a coat with you. And actually, I probably wouldn't use an umbrella either because the winds are just going to really mess with you with that. So wear a rain slicker or a raincoat. And also prepare for, at times, a little bit of snow and sleet when you're driving. Don't worry, not going to accumulate, like I said before, but it still might surprise you a little bit, especially it's only early to mid-November. So to go over the forecast again, our area low pressure will continue to intensify and eventually meander just to the east of Long Island. For tonight, that low pressure center will actually just be to the southeast of Long Island with periods of rain along the immediate coast and very windy conditions. It's going to be windy, raw, and just cold out for this evening. And if you have any travel for the afternoon rush hour, be cautious of some periods of heavy rain. Moving further west towards eastern Pennsylvania, the Delaware River Valley, a few scattered showers, but not nearly as bad as what's going to be along the coast. Again, it's going to be cold and windy. Eventually, this low pressure center will move further out into the Atlantic, especially by Tuesday night to Wednesday, where high pressure that is currently over the Ohio Valley will build in. Thursday and Friday, much better conditions, clearing skies, temperatures rebound to near normal conditions within 1 to 3 degrees, and then our area low pressure that is currently over the northern plains will continue to intensify, move up into southeastern Canada, and a strong cold front will follow this weekend, with scattered showers and much colder conditions towards next week. And I just wanted to point out briefly for the rest of November, notice the North Atlantic Oscillation forecast. Now, I don't normally trust model guidance too far out, but when every model guidance that you could possibly find all say that the NAO is going to be negative, well, that's a pretty big indication. Now, if the NAO is negative, that basically means you have a blocking upper level low around 50 north, 50 west, and when that happens, you usually end up with colder conditions for the Northeast and the northern mid-Atlantic. So any ideas of a major warm-up or the NAO returning to a positive state, at least for November, well, it looks like that just went out the window. Again, there's a reason why the North Atlantic Oscillation is not going to be positive this winter. I discussed it completely in the winter forecast, which is available at NYNJPA Weather. I hope you check it out. Thank you for using NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the northern mid-Atlantic. I just want to remind everybody that I'm having a live demonstration at the Workout World in Freehold from 4 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So please check it out. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Have an excellent day and be careful out there.